little cha-cha slide to start off your Wednesday morning. It is November 18th, guys, 7:45, and we're excited to have you here. I'm Tracy McCain with Megan Malaris, Ed Matthews, Triad Kirksey, and Stacy Spivey.
Yeah, a lot of concerns potentially about the weather next week with Thanksgiving next Thursday and people feeling more comfortable eating outside, praying that the weather holds up. So can you guys deliver that, or is it still too early to guarantee?
Still a little too soon. Things are getting a little bit clearer, but still a little bit too soon to have a real strong handle on what we'll have by the middle of next week. But there is the possibility of a fairly active weather pattern somewhere in the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frames. We'll have to kind of wait and see how that shakes out. In the meantime, it's cold out there. Temperatures starting out in the 30s right now. We'll see our high temperatures eventually work their way up into the upper 40s, maybe right around 50 if we're lucky. Tonight, really cold. Low temperatures in the mid to upper 20s. And then after that, we'll start to see a little bit of a warm up as we go through the middle of next week. High temperatures, as we go in the middle of the 7-day forecast here, with high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s for Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll have a cold front come through Monday. That may squeeze out a few showers. Doesn't look like it will be a major thing at this point, but it's still 6 days away, so that could change. We'll keep you updated on that as we go through the next several days. That's a quick look at your forecast.
All right, well, we like the forecast for the weekend. We won't talk about today. Well, maybe a little bit later, but right now we'll just move on. We'll jump into our first conversation here, and we begin with this important note. There is no need, absolutely no need to go out and panic buy and clear store shelves like we saw early on in the pandemic. But a nervousness about new cases does seem to be driving demand for some household items. Stacey, what are Triad retailers doing?
Well, some are putting limits on products like paper towels and toilet paper, cleaning products, allowing each customer to only buy one or two of each in-demand item. Other stores say they've kept product limits in place since March to keep shelves stocked for everyone. Plus, add in the time of the year, it's the busy holiday cooking season, and some of those items are out just because, well, they're just so popular this time of year. Grocery stores say they expect smaller 10-pound turkeys to be best sellers this year, with some families opting for smaller holiday dinners. And remember at the beginning of the pandemic when everyone was baking, General Mills says it still hasn't caught up with the demand for Betty Crocker cake mixes and Pillsbury dough. So keep that in mind if you're looking to bake a holiday dessert. But we asked you on the Good Morning Show to text us if you've noticed anything missing from store shelves this morning. Let's take a look at a few of the responses. One person said, I have just returned from Indiana and I went to 2 different Walmart stores and both of them had nearly full shelves of cleaning chemicals, disinfectants, etc. Here in Asheboro, it's the exact opposite at Walmart. Empty shelves are the normal routine. Another person said toilet paper and paper towels at Walmart and Reedsville shelves were bare and frozen vegetables were out. Another person saying canning jar lids. Didn't realize this generation knew how to can. And then lastly, someone said they haven't seen Alfredo sauce lately. So let us know if you've noticed any changes to store shelves recently. You can comment in the comment section right now. I haven't really noticed anything much. I mean, other than name brand toilet paper, like if you're a fan of Charmin, like my household uses, they just didn't have any at their grocery store this entire week that I've noticed. And my mom obviously lives in Arkansas back home, and she was like, oh, there's no toilet paper at our Walmart. You better go and buy some, Stacy. And I was like, oh, I think we're fine right now. But you know how moms are.
Yeah, it might just be a regional situation depending on where you live. I have not noticed any major changes to what's on grocery shelves since the pandemic. I mean, there hasn't been, Clorox wipes or, a lot of paper goods items for a while, and they've limited people to taking one if they do have it. Sanitizer seems to be making its way back on store shelves in big demand. I mean, there's sanitizer everywhere. Well, at least in the places I shop. So I don't know. I haven't seen it, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen.
Yeah, I think, again, it's worth emphasizing no need to panic buy.
Definitely not.
This is also, as Stacy pointed out, the time of year when families are naturally stocking up on items with those holiday meals, even if they're scaling back this year. Many families have children coming home from college. You know, there are going to be more people probably in the household using those household items. And so it's understandable why things like wipes or toilet paper or paper towels might be dwindling a little bit in supply, but not necessarily at that shortage level just yet. Somebody wrote on my page a comment that I thought was a really good idea. She had been purchasing her online groceries with an app, and she was notified that that particular store where she shops was running low on a certain product. So I thought, well, that's a good way to do it. That way you're not running around from store to store trying to find something that you need. You know right away, okay, this store has this in stock, this store doesn't, I can look elsewhere for this. So saves time and obviously promotes safety because you're not in those individual stores being exposed to possible germs. So Ed Matthews, have you noticed anything you've had trouble finding lately?
Really not anything at the supermarket. I guess I've been pretty lucky, and as I talked about earlier on the Good Morning Show, I'm still looking for that treasured bottle of rubbing alcohol. That's something I've been trying to buy for about 8 months now. You know, that's used to make homemade sanitizer. So I think that's the reason they're still having problems with that. But at the supermarket, I've not had any problems.
All right, Taran, Kirksey, you mentioned that you might have had a few shortages here and there, but all in all, things are pretty decent.
Yeah, nothing too bad. I think the biggest shortage I've seen is at one of those big warehouse stores, but I'd already ordered what I needed off the internet anyway from the store, and so I had it. So it doesn't seem like they're having as many issues because, you know, number one, they remember what happened in March, and I'm sure that they are ordering more than they would in a normal year. So it doesn't seem like there's going to be a major issue, at least not in the short term here with missing anything. I haven't seen any huge shortages of anything really, at least not at the places I shop.
All right, Stacy, what are people saying online?
We have a few comments about different places. Let's see, Diane says Walmart in Randleman has no toilet paper. Let's see. Jen said she agrees with the frozen vegetables, that comment that I shared earlier. She said Asheboro Walmart had none the other day. Another person saying Walmart in Asheboro and Randleman shelves are empty. So it seems like it may be in that area where people are seeing somewhat of, you know, not a shortage, but just seeing that supplies are running low. Linda said Sam's Club was out of toilet paper on Monday afternoon. So some people are noticing a few things, but nothing major, nothing to worry about. No reason to go out and panic buy anything today or this morning. The store shelves are still packed. If you go to one grocery store and they don't have what you need, go to another grocery store. I'm sure that you'll be just fine.
All right, yeah, I mean, some valid points. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, you know, people were also buying things that they might not need for themselves, but they were buying them up just in case. We had trouble finding baby wipes at one point. I thought, well, my baby actually needs the baby wipes. You know, folks back then were just thinking, okay, well, any wipes will work, and that's not necessarily true. If you're trying to kill germs with a baby wipe, not going to do the trick. So I think it's just key to just be responsible, get what you need, don't panic buy, and we're all going to get through the holidays safely and responsibly.
All right, let's take a look at your morning headlines now.
All right, let's do that. We'll start with this, a new update from Pfizer this morning about a vaccine. The company says it now has enough data to seek emergency approval for its COVID vaccine. Just last week, researchers announced the shot is 94% effective. Now, with another week of data compiled, researchers say the effectiveness rate has jumped up a bit, 95%. They plan to file for emergency approval with the FDA any day now. If approved, the vaccine could be administered to frontline workers by the end of the year. Governor Roy Cooper announced a new way to track the spread of COVID-19 in North Carolina. Look at this. The county alert system assigns counties a color, red, orange, or yellow, based on the virus spread, transmission, and COVID metrics. State leaders say they wanted to give local leaders another tool as they try to mitigate the spread. Several Triad counties are in the orange, the middle level. The two in red, the highest level, are Davie and Wilkes counties, where the percent positive is more than 10%. Today, we'll get another update from our state health leaders. The North Carolina Task Force, led by Dr. Mandy Cohen, will talk about the trends at 3. You can watch that on WFMYnews2.com.
The remaining Winston-Salem Forsyth County students will wait to return to classrooms until next year. Last night, the school board voted to pause its reentry plan due to the number of COVID-19 cases in the state and Triad. Students in 2nd through 12th grade will now return to in-person learning on a staggered schedule starting in January. Many pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, first grade students already back in classrooms. The first graders, you might remember, returned this week on Monday. The coronavirus pandemic continues to impact unemployment. North Carolina's unemployment rate rose to about 7.3% in September. WFMY News 2's Candace Redd has details on the Triad School District looking to hire bus drivers today.
Asheboro City Schools is holding a bus driver job fair today. The school district is searching for hard workers committed to excellence and safety at all times. Right now, ACS has about 16 regular bus drivers. The school district is looking to fill at least 20 positions for a starting rate of $12.50 per hour. The job openings also include about 2 to 3 bus driver substitutes. Caller Freemeyer is the executive director of human resources at ACS, and she says there are a list of requirements and qualifications prospective drivers must meet.
A clean driving record. They do have to pass a DOT physical and meet that criteria. If they do not currently hold a bus license, they do have to take a class. It's a 3-day class. And then do the driving, just kind of like when you get your driver's permit as a young person, you got to do your driving hours and so forth and pass. And then once you have done that part, you have to hold a permit for 14 days before you can actually be alone as a driver.
If you plan on attending the job fair, you are strongly encouraged to wear a face mask and practice social distancing. And then, of course, don't forget to dress professionally and bring a resume. Taking a look at your screen because I want to make sure you have these details. Again, Asheboro City Schools is holding the bus driver job fair today from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon at the central office on Park Street. For more details, all you have to do is visit our website. That's WFMYnews2.com.
It is a winter coat day, maybe a scarf day. If you're like me and Megan, you're cold-natured. You probably wore a sweater underneath and a hat.
Me too.
Okay, you're at home, so that really is something.
It's true.
Well, anyway, it is the first truly chilly day that we've had since the beginning of the year. So if you want to warm up, what is your go-to item? Is it coffee, tea, hot chocolate, maybe something else? Let us know in the comments below. So Meg, we'll start with you and your
All
creamers.
right. Yes, creamers. I know, of course, you know my answer to this. I love a hot coffee. It has to be hot, okay? With peppermint creamer. I love peppermint flavored everything. I wish they sold the mega jars of that all year round so that I could just freeze it and keep it with everything, even in the summer. But I just love peppermint flavored coffee. There's just something about that gets you into the spirit of the season and thinking Christmas, Santa, sleigh, warm fire, burning, well, that too.
All right, Ed Matthews, what warms you up on a cold day?
It's a toss-up between a nice hot cup of coffee or hot chocolate, and I kind of alternate between the two as I come into work each morning. This morning, it was a hot cup of coffee, got me going.
Yeah, and thanks for offering. He always offers decaf first thing in the morning. He's like, I'm making a pot of coffee, decaf. And I'm like, you're
come
so
and
sweet.
get it.
It's like you and me, who are the only people who are drinking decaf, but it's all good. Tarrant Kirksey, you're not a coffee drinker, are you?
Oh yeah, I love coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big coffee drinker. I probably would pick that first. Yeah, coffee or a hot apple cider is nice sometimes with cinnamon in it, but most of the time on a regular day, a cheap cup of coffee is kind of what I go for.
What did you emphasize that word, cheap cup of coffee? Is that what you said?
Very cheap, yes, most of the time.
No Starbucks for Tarrant Kirksey.
Well, I go too much. See, this is why I have to get a cheap cup of coffee on a regular day. Because sometimes I got to treat myself. And next thing you know, you've gone to the, and spent over the budget, over the weekly allotment of from your coffee budget. So, the coffee's good. I'm a big fan of coffee.
Well, even superheroes have weaknesses. So
That's one of my weaknesses.
All right, Stacey, what's your go-to?
Oh gosh, it's hard to think because like usually I'm a coffee lover, but in the winter sometimes I really like tea, but I absolutely love cider too. So it's just like, it's a toss up. They're all just so good. And hot chocolate's amazing, but if y'all have not tried, and you might have to spend some money, Tran, but the white hot chocolate at Starbucks is really, really good. It's just kind of a different taste than the normal hot chocolate. But people have great comments on our stream right now. Lakia says, coffee for work, hot chocolate at home with a Hallmark movie. That sounds wonderful. Nadine says, multiple cups of coffee. Gotta have it. I'm addicted too, I understand. Jeannie says, hot chocolate. Joe says coffee or hot chocolate, maybe tea, depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sharon says coffee and hot apple cider. Ooh, love that stuff too. And Bobby says hot chocolate.
Yeah, and I just read Joe Horn's comment. Joe said, it's not bad out, been outside in a t-shirt and boxers with slides on.
Oh,
So
wow.
Joe and my son Josiah are one and the same. He loves to wear shorts all year round, although today I insisted. I'm like, dude, you're putting on pants. And he had a little fit, but he's 4, so he's supposed to have fits.
I mean,
And it's okay.
something about little boys and not wanting to wear pants. I mean, my son is almost 11 months old and already he does not like wearing pants. He prefers the shorts.
So weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. If you guys could choose pants or shorts, Ed or Taran, which one would it be?
Shorts, probably.
All year round?
Yeah.
Shorts or sweatpants, yeah, all year round. But yeah, shorts are just more comfortable. I don't know, you know.
Aren't your legs cold?
Occasionally, sometimes I'll do the thing where I'll wear like a hoodie up top and then like basketball shorts if I go to the store or something like that. It makes no sense. My mom hates it. She's always yelled at me about it, but you know.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm a grown up now, so I can do what I want.
Exactly.
He's like, I'm a grown up now. I'm
Yeah.
not 4.
You wear your shorts to Starbucks and get that $6 cup of coffee, you know?
That's
you do
right.
What you want.
That's right.
Right. So basically, he's never going to grow out of that.
No.
Thank you. All right, so we are talking about a colder morning today and even a colder morning tomorrow. I
That's
understand.
right. Yeah, it's going to be even colder tomorrow with mid and upper 20s, but it's plenty cold this morning. Most of our communities dipping to right around freezing this morning. We're on our way to the chilly upper 40s to near 50. Lots of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky from my vantage point here in the Weather Garden. We're down to about 27 tonight, mid 50s tomorrow, and then we start a nice little warm up. Yeah, this cold stuff isn't going to last very long this go round. We'll be up into the low 60s on Friday, pretty close to normal, and then we go above normal by the weekend. Saturday and Sunday look to be mostly sunny and temperatures into the mid and even upper 60s. Little system could bring some showers on Monday, and then we'll dry it out and turn it a little chillier back into the mid and upper 50s by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Looks like a great weekend.
I know. Yeah, I'll bundle up in my double layers of jackets and sweaters today and tomorrow if it means a 60-degree weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We can get through it. It is a hump day, by the way. Okay.
Over the hump.
I try to make jokes. It doesn't work sometimes. All right, so thank you so much for joining us on After GMS. We always have a great time talking with you. We'll have more great conversations with you tomorrow on The Good Morning Show and on After GMS.
All right, get out there and get to it. Have a wonderful Wednesday.